Hello everybody, my name is Renato Francia and today you're watching the creative process. Today we're going to be doing some command line interfaces, and the first thing that I want you to know is that you will probably see some command line interfaces like this, ls.lh, or perhaps you want to go into Drupal and see cd Drupal and see what else is in here, ls.lh, and you can notice here that even though I'm using the same command, things in here can change. Now, there there's a way to find out how you can see some of those command lines. Is that is man.ls, and it will give you a nice list of things that you can do and you cannot do with some of those components. Like you see, there's something as simple as just showing uh, what you can do with the list, which is basically just a list of whatever item is inside the folder. um, you can see basically kind of a list of things that you can basically do with that. But there's actually a new command that you can use called too long did not read, and then you just type the command line that you want to use, and it will give you basically a list of items that you can technically use in order to have a better idea of, for example, have a long format list for our long format list with size displayed as euro and readable units. Um, you can have a list of files one per line, let's say ls-1, just copy it, and boom, you have all of the items in there. So instead of reading this humongous manual page in here just to find something that you just want to do, just use too long did not read. Now the cool thing is that too long did not read also has another page in order you can actually see, like for example, too long did not read. You can even have a way of seeing specific commands or even finding subcommands inside of how to use the command line interface. Now I think this is something that's really cool because you can even expand upon this. For example, I'm currently using something called DDEV, which is basically a Docker-based container that will take care of basically most of your Docker containers and all that, which is kind of nice because it's like, especially for people that don't know how to create servers and containers with Docker, this is a nice tool to learn. I would suggest first learn how to use Docker properly to know what you're doing, and then you can use this nice type of tool in order to make sure you can have your servers and your apps all working together. Now, for example, I can just use tool DDEV, and then after that, it will give me some of those components that I'll need to create some of those composer-based type of containers. Sometimes you can even use Node. You can even create any type of ideas when it comes to like the new DDD commands in here. And one thing that is cool too is that even though, like for example, you can see here that DDV doesn't have a manual entry, it certainly does have one for too long did not read. Now this can happen if you have something like a more customized command line interface, because this is something that is open source. You'll be able to actually add new commands into these too long did not read options. So I think this is something that it's cool to have. I think this is a great tool if you're getting into whatever, into like the if TLDR doesn't have many components. If you're getting into command line interfaces, I suggest using this tool. It's super helpful. It will tell you how to get started with some of those command lines, and I think it just will save lots of time instead of reading those manual pages. So thank you very much for watching this small tutorial on command line interfaces, and I'll see you again. Take care.